for the ambiance.
All right, Switch Theory Podcast. Shotty Banks, Randy Cash. How we doing?
I'm doing great.
We are good today.
Yup.
It's like summer outside.
It was like summer outside. The niggas was outside, baby. The bus driver.
This is Tangerine.
That's Tangerine. So when I got to 125th, because I have like a thing. I have to go to Starbucks when I get to Harlem, get me a little coffee.
I love that.
Boost up my energy levels.
I love that.
I gotta come here and give a little something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta. So he was like, I was like, I'm been at Starbucks. I don't know where you at. He like, oh, I'm on the bus. The bus driver was choosing. Come outside. You got to see the bus driver. So I'm gathering up all my stuff.
You was ready.
And I was standing out there like.
I ain't never seen you that on time.
And the bus driver came. The bus drove by watching him like.
I ain't never seen you that on time.
And he was fine. I said.
He was definitely choosing.
He was fine, but he ain't got that many years in the job yet. He ain't had that many years in the job yet. If you're looking for a bus driver, you gotta make sure that bus driver got at least 15 years on the job. You gotta make sure you got at least 15 years on the job. Because if you beefing at that wedding, you should have been beefing at that wedding. Okay?
What?
I'm just talking.
Right, I'm like we 5 minutes in.
I'm just talking. I feel like I'm talking more right now than I talked with that first little thing we just recorded. We already halfway through. But yeah, right. So he pulled up in the bus with the fine bus driver. I almost got on the bus. Actually,
you almost got on the bus?
Truth be told, the bus driver looked like he wanted me to get on the bus.
Wait.
Yep.
Let's.
He was like this.
No. Slow down. Slow down for a minute. Let's think about this. Because you didn't share none of this. So we went to Starbucks.
Okay.
Because we had to get coffee.
Of course.
What did you get?
I got caramel macchiato.
Okay. He got his caramel macchiato. I got my regular black coffee, right? And when I got off, I see him. And we just kind of, kept it moving. He didn't share none of this stuff. So this is all new to me. So you saw him. Because you barely even said you saw him.
Yeah, I saw him.
You saw him because I said to him, you
saw him.
See him.
But you heard what I said when I saw him. Right. I said, he ain't got that many years on the job.
No. We knew that because you could just tell.
He ain't got it.
But he was choosing.
He looked like he was a choosiana.
He was definitely. I'm telling you, he was.
He was a choosiana. He looked like he was like he would have been down if he was like come back with both of us. He probably would have came.
He would have definitely came. Because I said to him first of all. You have the height. You can't tell when we sit down because you have long legs. You don't have a long torso, right? Mm-hmm. So you have the height and the hair, right? Everybody's going for that shit, but except for me. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this nigga with hair. I don't know what's going on.
Tall ass nigga,
right? But when I saw him, so he's like looking this direction. And when I saw him, I purposefully go over here because I'm going to look in that direction too. Because now he's in my line of sight.
Yeah, baby.
Hello, come on.
Hello, it's me.
Right. So, but I'm over here now. And he was looking that way. But once I went over there, then he changed and started looking over here. That's when I said, oh, this nigga's choosing.
I mean, you was looking cute today. I got to give it to you. You looking cute today.
Get it.
Let's get it. When I seen you, I said, who is that?
Right. Old Shotty's back.
Who is that on that bus?
If for 5 minutes. But he would have definitely been down. So this is new to me because you didn't share this shit. So now I know what it feels like when I don't share stuff.
First of all, this man will be like, call me like I had something to tell you and tell me something. And like a week later be like, you know what happened like that same day that I called you? What? Why didn't you just tell me that day?
Because I got to tell you here.
If you were beefing at that wedding.
Here you go.
Because if you can't go to Bella Noche, where the hell could you go?
All right. Let's get to the topic at hand.
All right, the topic at hand. Sorry, we really got off on a tangent because I felt like we struggled just before having a conversation, the sex toy conversation, and then this how we just yapping. Okay, so for those that don't know. Who I don't know, who could possibly not know, because it's been everywhere. They did America's Next Top Model documentary, and it was T.
It was.
It was T because they was reading Tyra all the way down to the
But the thing
ground.
So the thing is, was they really? I mean, they was. But she was also fucking herself. Like, I think. All right, so let me just say this, because you're gonna have more to say than I have to say.
Go ahead.
Look at this nigga. He's perched up, ready. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you don't see him. He's like ready right now.
I'm linked up, like I'm about to go. Like
he's
about to tap me in the game, coach.
But the thing about it is, as I'm watching it, I don't remember who I was watching it with. One of these.
You was watching it with somebody?
One of these SBs.
Yeah.
One of these SBs, right? So I'm sitting there and we watching it. And I'm sitting. So it was kind of for me, and I want to say this first because I have less to say than you do.
You don't know that.
It was like when Brandy and Monica did the verses. And I went in there.
In what sense?
And I went in there and I was like, I'm going to be Team Monica. I already know. And I came out and I was like,
I'm not Team
Brandy. I love Brandy. I was like, yo, when did I love Brandy so much? But I didn't know in my head. But when we're watching it, I was like, yo, I was really a Top Model fan.
I was too.
I know you was for sure because you be like, this.
Well, if we go back in time to like when Top Model was popping, I really wanted to be in the fashion industry. Like that was my, like from elementary school through college, I really wanted to, well, probably like halfway through college, I think towards the end of college, I was like, do I want to be in the actual fashion industry? I don't know. But Top Model was T back then.
It really was.
So I think, okay, so let's just go back in time to what it was like watching Top Model. Because everybody, like for me, growing up, I wanted to be a model. And I think when I was a teenager, I was a little ugly duckling syndrome, and like being a model was like a far-fetched dream. And then they come out with Top Model, and they got all the ugly ducklings and shit on there.
They was ugly ducklings?
Some of them were. Some of them were like Shandy. When they redid Shandy, they redid Shandy.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's the one that had the little incident where she got essayed by the Italian men.
Oh.
Right? So I think like Top Model was changing the scope of what it was like to be a model. I think, I think nowadays, back in the day, first of all, let's go back in the day. And I tell people at work this all the time because my staff is really young and they don't really understand the difference of what it was like 25, 30 years ago. And 25, 30 years ago, people said what they wanted to say.
Period.
There was not very much political correctness. Like you probably can get on this platform right now and just use all kinds of words that you just cannot use right now.
With like Simon Cowell and stuff like that. It became popular.
Judge Judy. Yeah. We were like watching Judge Judy. Judge Judy would read you down to the ground. Simon Cowell, he gonna read you down to the ground. He didn't care. They would use the R word. They would use the F word. They would use all kinds of things that we now, as a society, find degrading. But back then, it was normal. It was completely normal. So then reality TV came out. We had Flavor of Love. Come on now. We had Flavor of Love. We had Top Model. We had Real World. We had all of these reality shows on reality TV was brand spanking new. So when Tyra came out with Top Model, it was like, I would love to be on Top Model. For me. Because, it would have satisfied something for me. But we watched Top Model, and there was plenty of people. Like, I went to Clark. I graduated from Clark Atlanta University. Eva was at Clark right before I got there. And I'm like, oh, my God. Eva went here. You know what I'm saying? Eva Pinkford went here.
Right.
Little did we know what the things the girls went through on Top Model. What did you think about it when you watched it?
I thought it was, I don't want to compare it to Diddy, but I think it was as equally as compelling as watching the Diddy documentary. I think it made me fall in love with Miss J more. And I always liked Miss J. But it made me fall in love with Miss J more. It made me enjoy Mr. J more. Although, there's still questions.
I think back in the day, I used to look at both of them as some gay ass niggas.
I think that goes without saying.
And I think like when I was younger, I was just like, oof, they are like extra gay.
You thought that about Mr. J too?
Yeah, with the blonde, with the gray hair, like the white hair.
He was a cutie. He was a cutie.
Now he's fine now, and he's like 50.
Now,
yeah.
I mean, he has good like work.
Them injections and everything.
Yeah,
they did what
they
needs
did it
to
the right
happen.
way. They did it the right way. Right, go ahead, do it. Yeah.
They're not playing it for
You
those people listening on the listening.
You're gonna have to
platforms,
DM him and say who did that.
I don't think that he got what I want.
But they could probably do it.
I don't think that he got the injectiona. I don't want the injectiona. I want the mid facelift.
They could do it though. Don't get who Jill Zarin got.
And everybody be trying to talk me out of it. But the mid
I'm trying to talk you into it.
He's 10 toes down for me to be the prettiest bitch that I could possibly be.
Because when I get my hair,
we going together. He gonna get the hair. I'm gonna get the mid facelift. Okay, and we gonna be brand new.
I'm gonna look like
in our
a
40s.
fucking vampire. In a fucking long ass. There you go. That's it.
Stop playing. You wanna be on top?
No, but I think like it made me like I never had an opinion on Nigel. I actually forgot he was there.
Same.
But like it really made me enjoy Miss J, and not because I look at it as I think I just have like two thoughts when it comes three. One of them being I didn't know I enjoyed the show that much. Two of them being I feel sorry for Miss J and the things that he went through.
The stroke,
the being in the hospital for over a year. That's insane.
That's also relatable for you.
It's relatable, yeah, but I think nowhere near that long, right?
Well, your mom.
But I think part of like the one thing that I thought about the Miss J situation was I get it that you want Tyra to come and see you. And I get it that to the world, oh boy.
What?
To the world, like you want, like everybody from the outside looking in is like, Tyra, why didn't you go there? Tyra, why didn't you go there? And I get it. I understand. As the person laying in the bed, I understand because I've been there. But we also have to remember that, I've learned as the person laying in the bed, I've learned this the hard way. You know this. Where sometimes that most important thing that happened to you, and right now for Miss J, it's the stroke. It's can't walk. It's can't talk. It's afraid for your life. It's every day waking up saying, oh my God, I'm here. This is not a dream. I understand that and I relate to that. But the thing that happened in your life that's most important is not always the thing that is most important to somebody else. So I think Tyra not going there, does it mean she's a shitty friend? It means she's not the friend that he thought she was.
She wasn't a friend in the first place. Let's press pause on that. Because there's a difference between okay, you have close work friend relationships that you maintain, but there's also work friends that you don't like that were your work friends that aren't your friends anymore.
Yeah, but I think she wasn't really that.
Really what?
His friend, like in that way.
I don't think so at all. And I think that, I think this is a perfect segue because I want to touch on Tyra. Because I really think that it's important to touch on Tyra because, like, growing up, my perspective on Tyra is different than it was back in those days.
What do you mean?
When I was a teenager, a kid growing up in the 90s, the early 2000s, when I see Tyra Banks is top tier baddest bitch. Like, there's nobody badder than Tyra.
More than Naomi?
And, like, for me, I always, first of all, I'm here to tell you that I grew up very colorist when it came to what I was attracted to. And I'm not like that anymore. Like, I find everybody, attractive. But when I was growing up, it was like, Tyra, oh my God. Now, Naomi sits over Tyra still to this day. It's no shade. Naomi is more sickening than Tyra. And Naomi was always more sickening than Tyra. But my, like, young brain didn't give into, like, it was giving, like, ooh, light skin, green eyes, like, hazel eyes. Like, she's so beautiful.
Right, I agree.
But I think I was blinded by the facade of Tyra, and I didn't realize how much she was like a clout chaser. Like, I didn't realize how much she was more. She just wanted to be seen. She wanted everybody to like know her. She wanted to be in front of everything. Like that's the reason why she had those arguments with Naomi. After I watched the Tyra interview, I went and I watched the video of her doing an interview on her talk show with Naomi.
Yeah.
She was just victim. Even to this day, when they ask her about that, she still plays the victim so hard. Who cares?
You said something when we were talking about it, where you said something about she lives in a bubble.
She lives in a bubble. Because realistically speaking, first of all, like I said, we grew up, like Tyra was growing up in the 80s. We grew up in the 90s. Mm-hmm. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, you already knew the vibes. It was like bully culture. Like, nobody was saying, like, now they'd be like, oh no, bullying is wrong. Back then it was like bullying was cool. Like, and I'm sorry to tell y'all this, but back in the day, like, the bullies was who was popular. There's the reason why Mean Girls exist. Because that's what life really was like back in those days. So it was like you navigate that landscape the way you navigate it. So for Tyra to sit back and be like, oh, Naomi was so mean to me. Wham. Okay, girl, because you came on the scene, you tried to take her spot. You expect me to be all buddy, nice with you when you over here think you the baddest bitch? Fuck out of here, no. Right. Back up. You think you're so cute with your little green eyes? No, bitch, I'm the baddest and I've been here. Fuck you talking about? Also, Naomi is a Gemini like me.
Oh boy.
So I catch it. Like, who you think you are?
What is Tyra? Do we know?
I just feel like Tyra is like a Libra or like a Scorpio. Let's see.
You not a Scorpio. So as he guesses, I want to also throw out there, like, me thinking about, like,
She's a Sagittarius.
What does that mean?
Late and messy.
Oh shit.
She actually has the same birthday as Jay-Z. But I think that when it comes to Tyra, like, I think like she wanted her
late and messy.
That's Sagittarius. Late and messy.
2 things.
Late, messy, and bossy.
Oh shit.
Domineering. That's the Sagittarius vibe.
Shit.
Now, Gemini's and Sagittarius, that's my sister's sign, so we get along really well. Just at work. But, I think.
Is that person a Sagittarius?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had a whole Sagittarius day the other day. Nevertheless. So when it comes to Tyra, I think that, like, first of all, she made the platform of Top Model to diversify and change what it was like to be a model in the fashion industry. But she held the contestants to the exact same standards that the model industry was holding. And she was treating them exactly how the model industry would have treated them. She didn't make sure that she could get them in a real lane. Like, it's like, okay, you tell me that I win this competition. I'm gonna get this contract. A lot of them girls ain't do nothing after.
Yeah, not like who did? Who did? You know better than me.
Eva said on Breakfast Club the other day that she literally had to change her name in order for people to recognize her, because a million girls' names is Eva. So, but if you Eva Pickford, we know you came for Top Model. So now I have to be Eva Marcel in order for people to recognize me. And then by the time I get the job, that's when they finally recognize who I am after the fact. So a lot of these girls were sickening.
What about the thick one?
Takara?
Yeah.
Takara, she had her opportunity. She still works.
She did good, right?
She did good, but it's just like Tyra made it seem like she was going to be an ally for the girls, and really she was doing her best to make sure that she was an ally for herself throughout the whole thing.
Very much so.
And it was like, even with the whole Mr. J, Miss J debacle, it's like, okay, I'm not about to be. We be in here all the time, yip yapping on camera, off camera, sitting here scrolling on the phone. Look at this, look at that. if he said today, he was like, I'm not doing switch theory no more. I'm not going to not be your friend no more. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to press you and be like, oh, well, you need to do one more season with me. Like, it's just like, who were you the whole time?
But that's the thing. Like, were they really like that close? Because because he didn't say that.
They did say they said that they were friends before the show. So
but
that's the reason.
What does that mean though? Like, what does that mean?
Well, that's the thing is that I think that we're not in that industry.
So did I miss the part where he called her? Or was it just the email?
He emailed her. He emailed her to let her know that he was,
because that seems weird to me. Whereas like you don't think if they're friends that they would have had the conversation and he would have called and said, yo, I'm not thinking that I'm going to be on next season. He just emailed?
Maybe he was stricken with trepidation.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, honestly, like, you like low key. That's the other thing though, because we could come at Mr. J right now. Because low key, your friends. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why you emailed her, because you was too scared, because she would have blacked on you on the phone.
Yeah, it could have been that. I mean, and I think that's the best answer. Because for it to just be an email means that they weren't really friends.
Listen, I've been working the same job for a long time. I see people come and go all the time. And a lot of times, like, for instance, like the associates, they'll give me like their 2 weeks notice and they expect me to be really broken up about it.
Right.
They expect me to be really broken up about it. They be like, man, sometimes they'll be like, even like kind of hurt that I'm not broken up about it. They'll be like, like,
because to them it's the whole world.
Sad. Yeah, because they're like, to me, it's a temporary thing for them.
Mm-hmm. As it should be, yes.
As it should be.
In the
like,
world that we live in.
The world that we live in, like, it's a temporary thing. I see people come and go all the time. And I could leave at any moment. You know what I'm saying? But I think for them, especially at the age groups that I work with, a lot of them are like 18, 19, 20. Some of them reach 25. They leave and they expect me to be like, I want to miss you so much. Don't you want to stay? Do you want to raise? Like expect me to chase after them to stay. Right. But in my mind, I'm always like, y'all got to go chase it. Chase it. Go get what you want. Like, life is not all about staying in this one spot. I'm excited for you. I'm happy. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. But for them, they don't think like that. And I don't think Tyra thought like that because Tyra was thinking for herself. I feel like Tyra is a very for self person.
Yep.
Because even at that moment when it's like, oh, so let's talk about Mr. J. He's like, I think I should give J Manuel a call.
What the fuck was that?
Bruh, that alone made me look at Tyra like, I don't mess with you like that.
What was that?
I don't mess with you like that.
No.
I don't mess with you like
that. I think
I
should call him.
Like, she should have
been. So
then
why did you come here?
She should have stood 10 toes down. She should have stood 10 toes down on what she, like, you know what? Like, when Jay emailed me and told me that he was quitting, that hurt me to the core.
Why didn't she say that?
Because I didn't think that I could even do the show without him. She could have said anything.
She could have said 100%.
But she ain't want to say anything because she knew that if she said something and it was a lie, she was going to get called out. She was going to get called out and exposed for lying.
Where's my glasses so I could look like Miss J? Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? Because, here you go. Right.
Okay, because, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that with you, Tyra. You got me twisted.
I also thought what was interesting was when, like, in the beginning, it was like, oh, Tyra's so hands-on. They showed her in front of the monitors, and she was pointing at stuff. And
Tyra is so cringe.
But when it came to it, it was always somebody else. It was always, I'm not a part of production. I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of that. Mm-hmm. So it was very past the buck all the time.
All the time.
And it's like, you can be, so when you said the other day off camera that she was living in a bubble, it was like, yeah, that makes sense. Because she doesn't know that to just be honest and to be vulnerable actually makes you more likable. Just be who you are.
Now, I will say this, though. There's something to be said about people who are extracted from normal society in their teenage years. They're always fucking weird. They're always weird. Like, and when I say weird, like, I use that as a broad term. Like, they just be different than the normal people because they got extracted, or people that like homeschooled. I was homeschooled my whole life. I'm just now breaking into society. They don't understand what life is like to just like grow naturally and normally. Tyra grew up in the fashion industry. She's weird. She's cringe. She doesn't understand what it's like to just be a normal person. Mm-hmm. Every single she was like say stuff. I'm like she's weird. This girl is weird, man. She's weird. Just the way she talks. She's like, and just it was just so difficult for me. Mm-hmm. It's like it's always so difficult for you, but you had Top Model. Top Model was your show. You was on runways. You was on. When I was growing up, girl, you was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That show was like the biggest show for us growing up.
So, can we also talk about the narcissism?
Yes. Because it's all narcissistic. The fact that she even likes to hold the Naomi thing over people's head, but then she does Jay Manuel weird. Then Mr. J has a stroke. Mr. J taught you how to walk, girl. You wouldn't even be on the runways if Mr. J wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So you're not even gonna go and give him like you can't send him flowers. You don't even gotta pop up. Mm-hmm. Heard you had a stroke. Now I will be honest. I don't know how she would have heard he had a stroke because I didn't know till last week. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know either.
No, who knew that Mr. J had a stroke?
But that's what I say, Miss J. But that's what I think. But that's why I was saying earlier, where it's like the most important thing that happens in your life is not always the most important thing that happens in somebody else's life. Like it might be the most. If something happens to me, I know you're going to be right there. I know that certain people are going to be right there. That doesn't mean that that somebody else who's a friend and you could name the list of people are going to be there. Mm-hmm. So you just learn life the hard way. And she's just that person that's not going to be there. But the reason that I said narcissism was because at the very end, she thanked the audience or the people for calling her out on her shit. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. But then she said in that moment, and I hope that when someone calls you out on your shit, and she said shit like 3 times, I counted, where she was like, when someone calls you out on your shit, that you are as open as I am. Where I'm thinking like, we're not talking about me. We're talking about you.
First of all, you're not talking about me, baby. And first of all, when we asked you,
narcissistic.
We asked you about Mr. J, you said, I'm going to have to give him a phone call.
Yo, it was so narcissistic. It's like if I'm being called out, I'm being humble in this moment. And I hope that you are as humble as I am. And I was like, why are you taking everybody down with you? That's when I said, yo, we got to talk about this on the show because she's so narcissistic. It's unlikable.
It's true. And I've been stopped liking Tyra. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think that a lot of that, like they showed a lot of the footage from the later seasons of Top Model, and she was just so like being so like extra and dramatic, and it wasn't reading right. Right. It was reading as like, did you not take your medication this morning?
That's what it was giving.
And she gives like something that's psychologically a little bit off with her. And it's not my place to judge if something's off with you psychologically, but I think that something is wrong with Tyra. I don't think that she's normal like me or you. I think that she's a little bit off.
I'm not normal.
Me either. But I'm more normal than that hoe.
But she lives in a bubble that we don't live in.
Because she lives in a bubble. Right. And I think that if I had to give advice for Tyra, I'm going to see what your advice for Tyra is. But my advice for Tyra is immerse yourself in what the people actually want and care about. Immerse yourself in what it's like to be a good friend, because melted ice cream, whatever you doing in Australia, is not it.
That's what
you fled the scene. You fled America because nobody liked you like that here. Everybody was sick and tired of you, and you fat now. I mean, you are juicier than you used to be. You don't give model. Every time you pop up, every time you on camera, you got on so many layers. You're like a cake. Okay, you got on so many layers. It's just layer after layer after layer, because you don't want everybody to see how much is going on over here. The girls that had boobs in the butts growing up that was snatched, they always gained a little bit of weight. But it ain't no shame in getting on the treadmill, Tyra. Ain't no shame in it. Because you don't give Tyra Banks anymore. You give somebody's aunt. And that's fine. You are older. You is menopausal, whatever the case may be. But girl, while you sitting here evading questions and being narcissistic, at least go and be the best version of yourself that you could be. Not saying that your body got to be snatched to be the best version of yourself. Mm-hmm. But Naomi is still eating the girls up.
Is she though?
Naomi is still eating the girls up. And Naomi is older than you.
That's what I'm about to say.
Tyra had to switch from runway to catalog because she was getting too juicy for the runway. Now, she's so juicy, she don't look like she be on the runway at all. She look like she be in a drive-thru.
So what is your advice for her?
My advice for Tyra is put the burgers down and learn how to be humble.
She cannot learn the humble piece. I'm telling you.
Learn the humble piece, girl.
It's not happening.
Learn the humble piece, because at the end of the day, it's like, it's low key. Sometimes it's like, I'm reading Tyra down to the ground right now, but it's really just heartbreaking.
It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you grow up, you look up to these people, and you be thinking like, wow, they're changing the world. But then it's like, what the things that you do behind the scenes, like, Tyra, you don't look good. You don't look good. And you don't even look that bad, because if we really honestly, if I press pause, like I said earlier in this little episode, back in the day, people was not that nice. The way that I'm talking right now, the way I just read Tyra just now, everybody be like, whew, he's so mean. Like, that was so rude. But back in those days, that would have been nothing. Mm-hmm. That would have been nothing. They would have been like, she is fat. I said she was juicy. They would have called Tyra straight. The Tyra of today would have been considered fat. Janice Dickinson would have read her down to the ground. Janice Dickinson would have made her sound like she was one of the clumps.
My advice to Tyra is what you said, which is be humble. But I don't think she has that capability.
I just, like, girl, immerse yourself into society a little bit and know what, like, the people want and need. You did this whole documentary because you really trying to get picked up for another season of Top Model. Mm-hmm. And that's the real truth of it. The thing that we wanted to see was you being honest and humble. We wanted you to make amends with the people that was on the show with you. I'm not watching Top Model unless you make amends with Mr. J, Miss J, and Nigel Walker. Because those are the people that was on the show when I was watching it.
So you kind of answered the question that I was going to have to wrap us up, which is, are you going to watch the new Top Model?
I'll watch, bitch. I'll audition.
You still want to be on it.
I want to be on top.
Right. We say all of that, but we still going to be on it.
I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you don't look old. Do it. Do it. There you go. Right. We can still be on it.
You know what I'm saying? I think during the time the Top Model was on, guys wasn't on Top Model. By the time guys was on Top Model, I wasn't really. Actually, by the time guys was on Top Model, that's probably when I actually was able to model.
What was his name? The one with the eyes?
Which one? With the blue eyes?
I want to say
felon?
It was blue.
The hot felon?
Was it a hot? You wouldn't think he was hot. He looked like a vampire.
I don't know. You know, if you got certain things, just like, if you too pretty, I don't like.
You wouldn't think he was hot.
But I would say, like, you know, I when I was young, if Top Model was including men, I probably would have went on it. Would I have got modeling jobs? According to the documentary, hell the fuck no. I would have been right back where I was at Clark Atlanta, okay, getting a degree. Because I wasn't going to be ripping nobody's runway. Okay? But I do think that is important. I think that is important. I think that is also beautiful that people got the opportunity, because there's a lot of people, like, I feel like when I was like 17 or 18, I did not have the confidence to be a model. By the time I was like 20,
no, you didn't.
21,
sure.
22.
When I met you, it was after that, and you didn't have the confidence to be a model.
Yeah, but remember when I was modeling, when I won the modeling competition, and I was in Ebony magazine.
You had really good style.
And
you always had really good style.
Like, I think, like, when I was older, I was able to be a model, but I think I also thought that being a model was below my, like, level of intellect. At that time, I really just felt like everybody would always be like, you should be a model. And I felt like, it was like, I'm smart. I felt like it would be, like, below my level of intellect to actually be a model. Now, put me on the runway.
And what will happen?
I'm a walk.
What you would do?
I'm a walk. Now, my lower back is a little, compromised. My knee is messed up or whatever. But,
So we're going to watch the show when it comes back?
We'll watch the show, and we'll be here to judge it just the same way that we judge baddies. Okay?
Hello.
Period.
But, I have ADHD. And before you wrap us up, I just want to say, this whole time, as we're talking about Top Model, I'm thinking about his ass in the air. I'm like, yo, what is that?
This is my Smisky.
What is that?
Well, the kids know what a Smisky is. This is a Smisky hipper.
I'm like that booty though.
This is Smisky hipper. Of course, that's the one that, mind you, Smiskies are blind boxes, so you don't know which one you're going to get. So this is just the one that I got. I would get the one that is tooted up.
I love him.
He splattered on my phone.
I love him.
You see? But yeah. Thank you for joining our podcast, listening to us. My name is Randall. I'm here with my co-host Rashad, and this is the Switch Theory podcast. If you're interested in comment, and subscribing, feel free to do so. We are also available to be followed on the Instagram. My Instagram is the Randy Cash, and his is Shotty Banks, like Jar Jar Binks, but Shotty with a Y, Binks. If you want to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or email us, it's all switchtheoryrr@gmail.com. If you're trying to send an email. I just want to put this out there. If anybody listens to this podcast, watches this podcast, they feel free to email us if you want to ask us a question, because we want to start incorporating viewer questions and advice into the whole podcast thing. Maybe even having a guest. A lot of my friends be like, "Can I be a guest on your podcast?"
For now, no.
And I'd be like, "No." Everybody was like, "I want to be on the podcast." No, you can't. No, there's no reason for you to be on here, and there's not enough space between us. Move over. Let's see how much space is total.
I could expand. We could expand.
Who could fit here?
But
nobody but Tyra when we put her in through AI.
But not right now.
But right now, no. But if you have a question, a comment, concern, if you want us to give you advice, email us at switchtheoryrr@gmail.com. And maybe we could even let you call in. Holla at us. Because this is just the ground level and we trying to elevate. So I'm Randall, Randy Cash. This is my co-host, Rashad, Shotty Banks. And this is Switch Theory Podcast.
Switch Theory, baby!
Good night.
Culture, chaos, unfiltered.